Have you ever noticed something strange about retirement? People spend decades worrying about whether they'll have enough money. They spend years cutting back on expenses. They delay vacations. They skip purchases they could easily afford. They invest consistently month after month. They make sacrifices that nobody else sees. And throughout all those years, they tell themselves the same thing. One day it will all be worth it. One day I'll finally be financially free. One day I won't have to worry anymore. Then retirement finally arrives. The alarm clock stops ringing. The morning commute disappears. The meetings end. The deadlines vanish. For the first time in decades, your schedule truly belongs to you. And yet, something unexpected happens. The financial worries don't disappear. In many cases, they actually become stronger. Not because you're running out of money. Not because you've made terrible financial decisions. Not because your retirement plan failed. But because your relationship with money changes completely. Imagine waking up on a quiet morning. The sun is just starting to rise. You make yourself a cup of coffee. You sit down at the kitchen table. You open your investment account. At first, everything seems normal. Then you notice the market is down. Not by 20%, not by 30%, not by some historic crash that dominates every news channel. Just a few percent. 3 maybe, 4 maybe, nothing dramatic, nothing unusual. The kind of market movement that happens all the time, yet somehow your stomach tightens. A small feeling of discomfort begins to grow, and before long, a question appears in your mind. What if my money doesn't last? What if the market keeps falling? What if this is only the beginning? What if I end up becoming a burden on my family? What if I outlive my savings? It's one of the most common fears retirees face. And surprisingly, it often has less to do with how much money they have, and more to do with how that money is organized. Because there is a huge difference between being financially secure and feeling financially secure. You can have $1 million saved and still feel anxious. You can have a healthy retirement portfolio and still worry every time the market falls. You can be completely fine financially while feeling completely uncertain emotionally. That disconnect affects millions of people. Most people enter retirement with what I call the giant pile strategy. All their savings sit together in one portfolio, one account, one balance, one number, a number that rises and falls every single day. When the market goes up, they feel wealthier. When the market goes down, they feel poorer. Every decline feels personal. Every red day feels like a threat. Every negative headline suddenly feels relevant. And that's where problems begin. Because retirement isn't just a math problem. It's an emotional one. The spreadsheets matter. The calculations matter. The investment returns matter. But emotions matter too. In fact, emotions often determine whether a retirement plan succeeds or fails. When fear starts making decisions, people do things they later regret. They sell investments during market crashes. They move money into cash at exactly the wrong time. They become overly conservative. They stop spending money even when they can afford to. They cancel trips they've spent years dreaming about. They avoid hobbies they genuinely enjoy. They spend years protecting their savings instead of enjoying their freedom. And that's a tragedy, because retirement was never supposed to feel like that. Retirement wasn't meant to be decades of worrying about every market fluctuation. Retirement wasn't meant to feel like you're constantly defending a shrinking pile of money. Retirement was supposed to be the reward for years of discipline, the reward for years of hard work, the reward for all the sacrifices made along the way. The truth is that many retirees who worry about money actually have enough. They've done the hard part. They've saved consistently. They've invested patiently. They've avoided major financial mistakes. They've built substantial portfolios. But their money lacks structure. And without structure, even a healthy portfolio can feel fragile. Think about a house for a moment. You can have all the building materials in the world. Bricks, wood, steel, concrete. But if those materials aren't organized correctly, you don't have a house. You just have a pile. The same principle applies to retirement savings. A large portfolio without structure can create uncertainty. A well-organized portfolio can create confidence. And confidence matters. Because confidence helps you stay invested. Confidence helps you ignore short-term noise. Confidence helps you make rational decisions when everyone else is panicking. That's why today's video is important, because there's a simple strategy that can help reduce that anxiety. A strategy that has helped countless retirees navigate market downturns with greater confidence. A strategy that can make retirement feel less stressful and more enjoyable. It's called the three-bucket strategy. At first, it sounds almost too simple. The name itself isn't particularly exciting. There are no complicated formulas. There are no secret investments. There are no fancy financial tricks. But sometimes the most powerful solutions are also the simplest. Instead of treating your retirement savings as one giant pile of money, you divide it into 3 separate buckets. Each bucket has a different purpose. Each bucket has a different timeline. Each bucket has a different job, and together, those buckets create a system designed to help you weather uncertainty. What makes this strategy powerful isn't just the financial logic behind it. It's the peace of mind it creates. Because when your money has a clear purpose, market declines stop feeling like emergencies. Bad headlines become easier to ignore. Short-term volatility becomes easier to tolerate. And retirement starts feeling more like freedom and less like a constant source of stress. Instead of looking at one giant number and wondering whether you're okay, you begin to see a structure. You see money for today. You see money for the next few years. And you see money for the distant future. Each part has a purpose. Each part has a role. And each part helps support the others. That clarity changes everything. Because uncertainty often creates fear. And clarity often creates confidence. Before we break down the 3 buckets and show exactly how they work, let's first understand the problem they're designed to solve. Because once you understand that problem, you'll never look at retirement savings the same way again.